And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the winners match. The winners match of Group D, the final group of the initial group stage here in the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit. We are featuring our top 2 players of the group, and here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultralove, we have our Brazilian Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Exemius Gaming. It is purple. There we go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Brazilian Zerg player, the blue, oh my god, the blue Zerg going for an earlier pool timing. It is DakkoN for Team Hellfire. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamma time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we settle into our fresh best of 3. Coming into this DakkoN again with the pool first. We saw this previously actually in the previous series, going pool first into a hatchery. We'll see if he goes into another fast third expansion or if he goes for an earlier Roach Warren. We have seen these more unorthodox builds and unorthodox openers out of DakkoN. Meanwhile, purple just going for a Rax expand. Meanwhile, ooh, DakkoN going for a gas on one base. As in, what I mean by that is he's going pool first into a gas into a delayed expansion. So late hatchery here by DakkoN. This feels like an early Roach Warren. This feels like early Roach play once again from DakkoN. We'll keep an eye on him. Again, early gases as well. So this is typically a more aggressive start. We have 4 lings already on the way, and we'll see if he can get across the map. We'll see if he can delay the command center. Pressure is on. Otherwise, again, I hope you've all been enjoying yourselves in the chat. Hope you've all been enjoying. As lings, they do fan out. They do fan out. They zone away the initial SCV. And yep, there it is. There's that Roach Warren. Again, the reason why the Roach Warren makes sense here is just because of the early pool timing. It does. The initial lings do mean that the SCV scout is denied, and the Reaper is forced to be defensive. So it is more difficult to scout what's going on. As you can see, the Reaper has to stay at home. The Reaper does not get across map to scout. So the Reaper is stuck at home. The Roach Warren is finishing up, soon getting into the initial Roach rush. Link speed is on the way. Interesting. Doesn't skip it. There are variations that skip link speed in favor of earlier roaches, or I should say of more roaches. As lings, they poke in. So find nice kiting here with the Reaper, and again this is just keeping the Reaper busy. Lings, they poke in up the ramp, they get eyes on the bunker, they get eyes on the building CC, and the roaches are moving out. Now behind this, DakkoN has to make a choice. He can either drone or nope, he's going all in. DakkoN, he could just open up 3 roaches into 3 ravagers into some pressure and then drone, but now we see why link speed is being researched. Now we see why. It's for the all-in. He's going for a ling ravager all-in. Again, only 3 roaches. You can see he's not making any more, but he's still mining gas. What's that for? For ravagers. To morph in the ravagers across the map. Roaches are spotted. Big scout here by purple. Purple, he gets an eye, he gets a read on what's happening. He has an idea. He knows about the roaches. He doesn't know how committed this is though. Now behind this, I believe we have a second bunker on the way. So we have a double bunker set up on top of the ramp. We have a second Rax in production as well. I believe the first factory should be done by now. But he's getting the tech lab, working towards the tank or the cyclone. Roaches, they do break in. They do slip by. No ravagers. They do delay the bunker, but it does finish. And DakkoN, he has to commit to this. And roaches, they try to catch reinforcements in between the bases. Marines are out of the bunkers. Oh no, they're out. And here come the lings. Lings, they should be coming in from the surround. Yeah, they come in from behind. They collapse here on the bio army, and he gets baited. He gets baited out here. Ay, ay, ay. The Marines go down. The production's under fire. Bunkers are going to be targeted. There's a cancel. Now, DakkoN, he did lose 2 roaches in the process. True. So only 1 ravager. Only 1 ravager. Now DakkoN is droning. Now he's droning on up. Another roach has arrived. He's pushing into the bases. He wants a cyclone. He gets, oh my god, massive snipe. Cyclone goes down. The wall is being broken. The depot is going to fall. No repairs, not in time. Oh, never mind. The repairs are just in time here. Lings are going down. And purple holds. Purple, he does hold. We have a couple of lings trickling in. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Only 1 Marine. Only 1 Marine. Ay, ay, ay. Yes, second Ravager's morphing in. Bile connects. As it's still not being dealt with. I mean, this won't straight up kill Purple. Purple, he will clean this up. He will eventually hold. But at a cost. At a cost of 8 SCVs. The Hellions, the Cyclones, the Marines. More SCVs going to be going down. And of course, lost mine time at the natural. And there's the trade. And back at home the entire time, DakkoN has been droning. He's been droning up, he's been saturating. We have a lair on the way. Now this could be for 2-base Muta. 2-base Muta is not an uncommon response or follow-up here from this. Lings still trickle in. These Lings, they could have been drones, but alas, Purple is contained on one base. He's stuck on one base setup. Lings, they pick in once again, getting another SCV. They confirm Stim on the way. So there was an add-on swap into a 2-1-1. And DakkoN, all he has to do is just drone. Just drone up and get ready for that Stim timing. Now, if DakkoN is too greedy, if DakkoN doesn't make anything back at home, then this Stim timing can still threaten him. 3 gases on the way. This screams Muta play. This screams Spire. Now, 2-on-1s, they can actually kill a player going into Mutas. They can like hard counter. But the problem here is that this quote-unquote 2-on-1 from our Terran player is delayed. Because of the shaky start and because of the chaotic opener, most likely, if it were to be Mutas, then they can still be quite viable. We see that it is the lair for Roach Speed, not Spire Tech. No. We're getting all lost. Why not both? So it is going to be Spire Tech and Roach Speed. Again, these Mutas, they have potential to get some damage done. Depending on how many Marines there are, they're going to be quite limited. So we'll see what the anti-air is looking like once the Mutas appear. What's important is because of Roach Speed, it means that he doesn't have to commit into pure Muta. It means they can go back into Roaches as a response. And there it is. The army moves out and Roach production is required. Here we go. Be forced back. Spire's almost done. We have a couple of Roaches on the way again just to defend. And we can see that Purple is rallying everything across the map. It would be risky to make Mutas here. Mutas, they could potentially counterattack and catch reinforcements or get into mineral lines. But again, it would be risky. Purple is building up his army. Remember, Stim is done. Brings down the Overlord. Supply blocks. Oh, supply blocks. DakkoN. Aye. No Mutas. No other Roaches. There's 8 more Roaches on the way. Tanks do siege. One of the tanks is exposed. Cashes out the Roaches. Very nicely done. Yeah, just zoning the army away. Going for the third. Catching out reinforcements. DakkoN, he's in trouble. He is in trouble here. Tank is setting up on the high ground. The expansion's going to go down. Now, the third base doesn't really matter too much. Bear that in mind. Like, the third, it's a nice pickoff, but ideally, Purple, he wants to go for the kill at the natural. Meanwhile, DakkoN, he's now broken out of his supply block and gets back in. Muta production has begun. We have 5 Mutas on the way. And Purple, can he break the third? Sorry, can he break the natural, I didn't say. He has broken the third. Can they push into the natural? Mutas, they popped out. They're going across the map. I don't think there's much of them to defend. Mutas, they can try to go for the tanks though. But there's plenty of fire. Yeah, plenty of Marines. Mutas, they're zoned away. And I love here that Purple does leave some Marines back behind this to protect the tanks. Mutas, they cast some reinforcements. Oh, Muta goes down. Brutal pickup. Bleeds out 1 Muta. Roaches, they cannot break out. They do get 1 tank though. 1 tank goes down. Liberator has arrived. Liberator gets sniped. Muta's still trying to catch reinforcements. Oh, he's running out of Marines. Now, if the Marine count gets reset, then the Mutas will kill every single tank here. As he's still rallying across. He still leads out more Marines. Bleeds out more bio. 7 more Roaches on the way. Okay, he needs a little bit more time here for these reinforcements. As 1 tank is going to get picked up. Nicely done. Gets one of the tanks. Suddenly the Roach Ravager army becomes that much stronger. Becomes that much more terrifying. He backs off. Yeah, he does retreat. He pulls out. He knows he just doesn't have anything else left, so he will lose one of the tanks. Oh no! Bleeds out a tank, and he might lose the other. And he will. Lose the medevac at least. Yeah, he bleeds out everything. Ay, ay, ay. Purple, he breaks out. He breaks free. Tanks are being wild. Roach Ravager will overwhelm. The boys are being pulled. And again, Purple, his production's not quite there. He will hold on, but it will cost him all the SCVs. It'll cost him all these workers. 12 SCVs going down. Last, it looks like, he can hold on though. Unload, Pappy, unload. Get him out of here. You can hold. There we go. Whew. And Purple, he survives. He holds, he defends, he has a greater SCV count, he has more mules, he reset the muta count as well. Purple is in a better position. He's in a better position, he just has to get his production going. Yeah, as they're showing the income right now. Again, Purple, he's up in bases, he's up in workers, he's up in mules. Purple is ahead. He just has to get his macro back under control. And he can pull this off. He's so close. He's so close, man. So he's moving out. Purple going for a split push. Going into the main. Distracting DakkoN, forcing him into said main base. You can see Purple is checking with a third. He scans the triangular third. He pushes in towards the linear third as well. There is no expansion. Now, because there's no third base, to be honest, Purple, he shouldn't be here. Like, he doesn't need to, right? He doesn't need to push in. DakkoN is all in. The Zerg player is completely all in at this point. We don't need to be out here. Not like this. Reinforcements getting caught out. The bio army stems on over. The tank does get caught. And massive pickoff. Tank goes down. I mean, decent tank shots are popping up. We do have reinforcements on the way. We get the surround. Yeah, it does get the full surround. Oh my god, does avoid the piles. And Purple, he's done it. GG gets called. And Purple, he takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Very impressive play here by Purple. Bearing in mind, DakkoN, he's the favorite player. He is a GM, right? He's low GM. He's around, 5k. Purple, he's a Masters player. He's an underdog coming into this. I would even favor some of the other Terrans over Purple in this group. So GG, well played. Very impressive stuff here by Purple. He does punish the initial aggression of DakkoN. And now Purple, he's 1 game away from making it through the group in first place. Let's go. Let us go. Whew. Oh my god. So Purple does take a lead, and can he cause the upset? Can he cause the upset? Can he bring DakkoN down? Let's go. Let us go. So we are getting things ready. For sure, for sure. Purple's macro is being really good while he was being attacked. For sure. He was bleeding out some reinforcements, and I mean, there was a brutal moment for Purple when he got broken, right? I'm referring to the moment when the Roach Ravager broke out and he was able to snipe 2 of those tanks. But once Purple was able to pull off that defense, despite losing 12 SCVs in the process, he was able to just snowball from there, right? He still had a better economy, so was in a better game state. And here we go, spawning in the top right hand corner of bottom left hand corner of ley lines, we have the red Terran player, the Brazilian Terran, the underdog in this series. There is almost, I want to say there's like almost an 800 MMR gap between these 2 players. It is Purple for Eximius Gaming. Let's go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Brazilian Zerg player, the blue Zerg representing Team Hellfire. It is DakkoN. Like DakkoN, he's the heavy favorite to make it out of the group, down in the series. Punished for his aggressive build, bearing in mind that DakkoN did open up pool first into an earlier Roach Rush. But Purple, he survived the aggression, he persevered. This time, hatch first, not pool first. So this time, a more economic build here from our Zerg player. Opening up with the earlier hatchery. Now, we do expect DakkoN to play Roaches again. I don't think we've ever seen him play Ling Bane. It's just not his style. It's just not his preferred play style here. Yo, shout out to the Brazilian SC2 circuit. Circuito Brasileiro de SC2. There it is going to be hatch first into a spawning pool into delayed gases. This does scream Roach play, by the way, from the side of DakkoN, just because his gases are so late. When do you sleep, papi? Ah, what is sleep? Gah, papi, gah. Ay, ay, ay. Hazard guess, what time is it right now? It is 8:30 a.m. in the morning. It's 8:30 a.m. We've been casting since 4 a.m. Let's go. I say 4 a.m. We started casting last night at 8 p.m. We casted from 8 p.m. to midnight, and then I did sleep. Then I slept for 2 hours, and then I got up. I got a snack, and then bam, from 4 a.m. to now. And we keep on going, though. We keep going. As we still have like 3 more series to go. And then in 12 hours time, we're going to be live once again with the Wardy TV Monday. True, Wardy TV Monday is in 12 hours, just over 12 hours. So I should be able to get like a decent amount of sleep before the Wardy TV Monday, before casting. But that's how we do here, papi. We cast twice a day, every single day. Cast more than anyone else out there. More than anyone. Smurge. Smurge, papi, smurge. Meanwhile, 3cc, oh my god. So 3cc opener here for Purple, going for a very economic build. Opening up 3rd CC before Starport. It's double tough. Fun fact, depending on when we finish up this cast, I'm tempted to stream. I'm tempted to stream and have a ladder session. I mentioned this yesterday if you missed out. Shout out to Rotterdam. Roddy, he reached out yesterday during the cast. And he invited me to play in a Big Brain Bouts, in a show match, in one of the show matches for Big Brain Bouts. And I'm very out of practice. Like, because we cast so much StarCraft here, it's the initial Roach Rush once again, to be expected. Only 3 Roaches, this is not committed, this is not all in. Only a couple of Roaches trying to force no reaction, rushing into a lair, and droning. So DakkoN is droning up. But because we cast so much, I barely get time to play the game, so I'm very rusty, very out of practice. So now I have incentive to try to stream and try to ladder and try to, you know, shake the rust off for the big brain bouts. So I'll do my best. I'll do my it'll be fun. It'll be fun. When I'm very out of practice. As Roaches, they poke up the ramp. Hellions, they are denied entry into the natural. Nice wall off here from DakkoN. Does wall off. I don't know who my opponent's going to be. I just know, no idea. You know what, Roaches, they knock down that front door. They bust into the main. Cyclone is in position, but the Cyclone does get target fired. Does pull away in time. These Roaches, they're trading well for themselves. Remember, it's only 3 Roaches. It's only a handful of Roaches. They will be cleaned up, but they get 4 SCVs. They take down submarines. They disrupt the build. Before finally going down. And remember, behind this, DakkoN has been purely droning. He's been purely droning up. It was 4 Roaches for 6 SCVs, 2 Hellions, 6 Marines as well. Very efficient trade. It slows down the production. And behind this, Muta play. So going into 2 base Muta from the side of DakkoN. He's got proper saturation. And so far, unscattered. That's the scariest part about this, is that Purple doesn't know what's going on. He does not see the Spire. He doesn't know that Mutas are coming. He is blindly making a second Cyclone, thankfully. So he does have a second Cyclone on the way. So he will have some anti-air. He also has triple CC, so he can make triple SCVs at a time. so he can recover economically. But he doesn't know he would need, say, an eBay and turrets, for example. If he were to scout this, he would throw down an eBay, he would start up turrets, he would get ready defensively against the Muta play. On top of that, DakkoN is going into 1-1 upgrades. This tells us that most likely DakkoN is going to make a small investment into the mutas, most likely into like maybe 6-7 mutas at most. That would be more than enough to one-shot SCVs. So just a handful of mutas to harass, and then just double down on Roach Ravager. A 1-2 punch, if you will. But now getting up to 5. 5 mutas. Again, it's still building up. Okay, only 5. 5 mutas is enough to one-shot. That is the bare minimum to one-shot SCVs. From here, DakkoN, he expands, takes his later third base. But now he's droning. And soon he can just focus on pure Roach Ravager. And again, so far Purple is still in the dark. He did not scan the main either. Considering how much information Purple is lacking, I wouldn't have been opposed to a random scan. I mean, it's still risky because you could scan the main and the spy could be at the natural. True, it is a risk nonetheless. It isn't a sure thing. It's 50-50. As mutas, they hit the main. And SCVs are going down. Purple out of position. Again, he did not see this coming. Getting 3, 4, 5 SCV kills. Getting up to 6. Getting up to 7. Getting to, yeah, 10 workers falling, rotating over towards a third, getting another SCV. This is getting out of hand. Turrets will barely finish up in time, but the damage has been done. Already 10 worker kills. And remember, DakkoN, he's not making any more mutas, he's doubling down on Roach Ravager. And here it comes. He's going for the tank. Tank is targeted down, gets one volley off. Our army does him in. DakkoN, he does overextend. Doesn't have enough to break this. But he did get the tank. So he sniped the tank, he pulls away, he still has 4 mutas remaining. And you can see DakkoN is just doubling down on more Roach production. It's going to be up to Purple to just defend. At this point, he just has to defend, he just has to survive, just turtle up, and hope that DakkoN overextends for a second time. That is the hope here for Purple. They get 2 more SCVs. They get 2 more SCVs. DakkoN, he's taking up. We do have the infestation bit on the way. Working towards Hive Tech, working towards most likely Infestors. We did see that last time. You know, Purple is getting up to 3 base saturation. I would say that DakkoN, he's lacking drones. Like right now he's making 18 lings. He could be fully saturating on 3 bases at this point. And even droning up his 4th. But again, he's lacking those workers. Playing a little bit safer. 20 more lings on the way. Jesus. Hive has begun. We're not going for the Infestors. This can be for Viper Tech. I'm assuming Vipers are not Ultras just because we have +2 range, so the Ultra upgrades are going to be a little bit awkward. Going to be awkward here. Medevac being forced back. It's going to be shut down. Brutal pickoff. Oof. That was a Medevac. That was half a Medevac full of units. It's Purple. He does push. Now, because DakkoN wasn't droning, he actually has a pretty formidable force, but he doesn't have any banelings. It's purely Ling Roach Ravager. He's quite heavily reliant here on these Ravagers to bile. As Purple is moving in. He's late to siege. Oh, the tanks are stacked. Yeah, they are stacked files. They connect. The tanks are the first to go down. And Purple gets caught out. He gets completely caught out here. Ay. Unfortunately, just late to siege. Tanks were snacked. And DakkoN is stumbling out of control. He's going for the kill, going across the map. That was the worst fight that Purple could have hoped for, just because he was caught when he was. Still has defenses back at home, so has reinforcements. Building up more workers. Meanwhile, the Hive is done. For now, going for Adrenal. No other Hive Tech yet. Now would be ideal to go into Vipers for Blinding Clouds, for Parasitic Bombs. Now we have melee upgrades, Baneliness, so it's going to be Ling Bane Roach Ravager. Yep, into Ultra Cavern. Again, the upgrades are going to be a little bit weird for the Ultras just because of the lack of melee, but we're getting there. And purple, again, he should be stuck defending. As things are cleaned up. Purple, he sims in. Does catch a queen. Piece up the queen, likewise threatens the main. Dropping into the natural. Nice fungal. Just have the initial drop. Another fungal connects as well. And no pickup. Yeah, rough drops here from purple. Not worth it. Now he is getting to 3-3, but the biggest problem right now is going to be that next step. Is going to be the next stage. Is going to be the Ultra Tech. Purple is pushing. I'm hoping he doesn't get caught this time. Setting up a couple of Liberators. Oh, we have some Corruptors. Liberator late to siege, tank late to siege as well. And he gets caught out. Once again, he gets caught out completely. Marines, they can actually summon forward. The tanks, they come in to reinforce. There's actually 2 tanks in the back line. The 2 tanks! They were set up. Let's go. He punishes the roaches. Yo, and DakkoN, he has nothing. He has a what, a 0-3 Ultra? Sorry, 0-2 Ultra. Microbial Shroud. Let's go. Microbial Shroud gets thrown down, and Percival, he sims in. He sims in. There's 2 more Ultras on the way. They're about to have +3 carapace. But the melee upgrades are not there. Marines are going to tickle the Ultras, but the Ultras are also going to tickle the Marines. Oh, nice fungal. Very nice fungal. Catching out some of the bio. Marines have to respect it. They have to be careful. Coming in for a surround. Tank volley is going up. The bio army does stim in towards the natural. Going for even +3. Can he deny the upgrade? 5 seconds. 3, 2. It gets denied. And he's done it. Wow, purple. He has done it. Crazy. A massive MMR disparity, by the way, between DakkoN and purple. DakkoN, he's like borderline 5k. Purple, he's 4.2. Let's go. He's doing it. Send it, papi. Send it. As he's rallying in. Pushing on forward. The power of Terran. The power of man with gun. He's breaking in. Yeah, and with that, DakkoN, he kind of hold on here. Even with all these Ultras, they're pushing into the Liberators. There's just too much freedom. The freedom pops off. Takes down the Ultras. There's 2 Ultras left. I mean, they get a lot of swipes off on the Marines. But there's only 1 Ultra remaining. And the final Ultra goes down, and that's all that DakkoN had left. Percival, he snowballs Atticus. Or Percival? I keep saying Percival. Purple. The Brazilian Percival, true. There we go. As Purple, he breaks through, takes down the final Ultra. The base has fallen, and he's going for the kill. He's going for the main. GG gets called, and Purple, he will take the series 2-0. He will advance on into the next round, into the next group stage. GG. GG. Purple coming out in first place out of Group D. Very, very impressive. Again, a massive upset. DakkoN, he is a GM. He is you know, between 4.2 and 5.2k MMR. Meanwhile, again, DakkoN, he's Masters. He is far lower ranked here, but in the tournament, when it matters most, he pops off. He does bring it home. DakkoN, as you saw, he has a very aggressive style. Every game he opened Roach. Every game he would stay on low drone counts as well. He'd be hyper aggressive. And the problem here, if you're being this aggressive, if you fail to get damage done early on, then you fall behind. You know, shout out to DakkoN, shout out to Purple. Purple, he went for a 3CC build. He went for a very economic build early on. Even though he did take some damage from the roaches, he was able to maintain himself, get into his third base. He was able to take better fights as well, as we did see often early on DakkoN pushing up a ramp into siege lines, into tanks, and we had some very, very intense fights in the center of the map. Some going DakkoN's way, others going Purple's way, but what's important is that again, DakkoN, he had no economy. He had no droning, he had no economy. He was never even on a 3-base economy. Despite having bases, his drone count was very low, so he couldn't really afford these trades. He couldn't afford these losses, especially when he invested quite heavily into the mutas, which are also quite expensive, and likewise into Roach Ravager as well. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations here to Purple, as he does claim the series. He's out in first place, and that leads us here into our elimination match. Who's up next? We have a TVT between Kid B and Project. Let's go. We have a TVT ready for us between these two players. Again, there's still 2 series left. We have this elimination match and we have the decider match thereafter. So 2 series remaining. Kid B versus Projecto, and the winner goes up against DakkoN. DakkoN, he is still in the tournament. DakkoN, he gets knocked down to that decider match, but there is a world where DakkoN doesn't make it through. We'll see if he can be stopped by some of these other players. Let's go. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. Vetoes are underway. When we come back, we will have our next series. We will have our next TVT. See you soon. See you soon after the break.